And this one's a head-to-head dueling card game where players are fighting for control over 5 different lanes. The way that this game works is that you do have a main deck of faction cards, and these are going to be varying in color and strength, and players are just going to be dealt 5 of these at the beginning of the game. Each turn you can only take 1 action, but your options are to play a card to a lane matching the color of that card, and also its strength value must be greater than or equal to the card that was previously played there, if there is a card that was previously played there. But the big catch with this game are the rainbow cards, which are essentially wild cards that can be played to any colored lane, and they come in a few different forms. There is the wizard card, which is always worth 5 strength. You can play it for that strength, or instead you can spin it around and use it as a rainbow bridge. And this is going to allow you to connect any 2 cards together, ignoring the faction color. These cards are really nice because they allow you to break the placement rules, so if you don't have a card that you can place into that stack and it's a stack that you really want to take control of, you can use these cards to get around that. The risk with these cards is that they can be taken back into your hand through a swap action if you do have another card that would fit where that card currently is and still be a valid placement. For example, with this wizard card at the bottom of this yellow stack here, it's currently worth 5, but if you place that there and then your opponent has a yellow 4, on their turn they could actually swap it with that wizard to take that wizard into their possession and then use it on one of their stacks. Another cool aspect of this game is that you have this middle lane here where you can discard cards into if you don't have a valid placement for them, and you can also draw a card from the center lane instead of drawing it from the shared deck. But there's another card that lives in the center here, which is the Rainbow Castle, and whichever lane that castle is currently in, it's going to allow you to play any color cards into that lane, so long as they still follow the placement rules of being higher or equal strength than the card played there previously. But the game continues like this, with players either placing a card and drawing a new one, or swapping one of their cards with one of the rainbow cards currently in play. And like I said, once the draw pile runs out, it's the player who controls the most lanes that wins the game. And if you do want to check this one out, I will have it linked down below, and you can follow along if you want to get notified once it launches.